You said in an interview there is a creeping surrender to China in the world.
Not in the world, in Europe.
Okay.
Be specific. I said that it's time to now, perhaps for all of us who study geopolitics and security, to come to the conclusion that EU is not a security actor. Maybe we are assessing EU in the wrong way. Maybe EU is a mercantilist geography, and we should not be thinking about a strategic strand emerging from this continent. And it's our expectations that are leading to disappointment. And maybe Europe was always like this. That's what I've said. I've said it's time perhaps to consider EU as a non-security actor and to deal with the individual countries separately, based on those who understand where the world is headed and those who don't. I read the report produced by German industry on China, and they felt that it was a very bold report. It was not.
But is it then?
It was an apology to China that, sorry, we are using these words in the first 3 pages. The last 10 pages were, let's do business together and let's do it deeper and let's do it more. I think that was what the German industry report on China was, that let's talk about obfuscation of the reality that one day Uncle Sam is going to tell you, Germany, no energy from Russia, you toed that line. They will tell you no business with China, you'll have to stop then. But you are not willing to change your China fix. Your China addiction is a problem. You are in fact doubling down, and most of your industries are announcing larger expansion of investments into that country. Now, I'm not saying don't do that. By the way, we have grown our trade with China as well. In the last few years, we have 200,000 or 150,000 Chinese troops on our border, right? We are facing off even now. There's an active situation. It's not peace there. I mean, since it's far away, you don't realize it, but we have a ongoing situation on our borders. And we have still grown our trade simply because there is a certain amount of trade that is largely beneficial for the supply chain aspects of global production. And there are some critical sectors where we have banned Chinese completely. For example, we don't have TikTok in our country. But the Germans love TikTok, so TikTok is allowed in this country, right? Because that's your entertainment. I'm just assuming. Because we didn't think TikTok was any use to us, and we didn't want Chinese propaganda to be proliferating our society. We banned TikTok, we banned many Chinese apps, we banned them from our 5G networks, we banned them from our telecommunication and energy systems, we banned them from our infrastructure and coastal development. So we have taken certain sectors which are pragmatic for national security and kept them out of bounds for
actors. But seriously, like bans, because we've spoken about global free trade, is bans really the
China?
answer?
If with China you talk about global free trade, China laughs at you. China trades with you on its terms. China bans your companies from participating in their economy and wants you to be opening their doors to them. Seek reciprocity. That is the first free trade agreement, reciprocity. Give to the other what they give to you. When they don't give you that, don't give it back.
So much.
I like the Chinese too. I do a lot of trade with them.
What I'm asking myself is, because you said like most has been run by people and some Western capitals, if it's true that we surrender to China, especially in Europe, is it not actually the Chinese that run us?
They run who? They run the Europeans?
Well, like more or less.
I don't think we have reached that level yet, but I can certainly say that there are enough reports coming out of this part of the world, certainly one that came out in the UK, how the entire R&D system of UK universities was actually building Chinese capabilities in critical technologies. If you look at deep tech, and that's a very broad term, but if you look at some 23 important technologies, there's an Australian report which says that in 18 out of the 23 technologies, China leads. Now, this has been largely built on the back of their being able to capture all your R&D and innovation centers around the world. They have funded Cambridge, they have funded Oxford, they have funded East Coast of America, they have funded perhaps even universities in this country. I have not necessarily looked at Germany, so I will refrain from commenting on it. But I won't be surprised that if a large part of your civil architecture is contributing to their increasing influence in key sectors. Second, they control your media. Chinese ads are very lucrative for most media houses that are suffering from bottom line problems. And Chinese ads ensure that criticism of China is muted in most of your newspapers and mediums.
That's not true. It's simply not true.
I mean, look, again, this is the report that comes out of your continent, not my reading. I'm reading out to you from a UK report that came out of, again, one of the authors is from the House of Lords, and I'm reading from that report. Now, like I said, I'm not speaking about Germany because I don't know, but I'm talking about this continent. And that report literally said that from research papers to media conversations to innovation that's happening in labs, today actually serves China's benefit. I've written a book on it. It's called Pax Sinica. Buy it. It's nice. It tells you how China is borrowing your boats to cross the seas. It's your boats. They are riding it.